sauce.
Whenever
Should
you're
I wipe
ready.
my eyes?
You go for it. If you're ready.
I don't know if it's ready.
Hi everyone, how's it going? Welcome to All Services Leadership Communication Series. My name is Hayden Ryan, and this season is called Hot Seat, where we ask our leaders of our company 10 questions while eating spicy chicken wings and sometimes sour candies. Today's episode features All Services Director of Purchasing, Jerome Butler. Jerry's been with the company for a year and a half. He has 30 plus years of experience in purchasing, planning, and inventory control. He's done over 20 integration and acquisition projects and has a lifetime of building teams. Welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Thank you. Doing great. Looking forward to some hot wings.
Yeah, how are you with spice? Good?
I think I'm good, but I've never pushed the limit, so we'll see.
Yeah, I have heard you make a killer hot sauce, so
I do.
I might
and
have to try that after this is all said.
I
and done.
just finished picking my first round of ghost peppers out of the garden.
Oh, there we go. So for our first wing, we have a classic chili maple wing. Pretty standard, about the spice of a jalapeno. So, what to say? So, Jerry, you said you've had a lifetime of building teams. You mentioned to us you don't pick our teams when we build our teams. So, you can tell us what that means to you and name some of the attributes that makes a great team?
Yeah, with my military background, I've always been, a member of a team or have a high need for the team, right? And so,
Right.
in the military, we all come from different backgrounds. We just build our team. We don't get to look at everybody that is coming in and say, I want him or her or them or whatever. We get our team, then we train, and we just get to know them, right? And
Right.
so you get people of all diversity, right? I mean, some people are analytical, some are social, but they all have a place on the team. So I like just taking my team, evaluating them, because my job is to build them, right? My job isn't to go out there and look and actually do the work, right?
Right.
I mean, 90% of my time is actually just working with my team and bringing them together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fortunately, in my career, I've had so many integrations, I've had a long time to build it. And, I believe it's in training. Long as people have the will and the skill, we can build our teams. And I try to instill that in the managers now, too.
Under the next wing, this wing is a curry verde. So kind of like Indian curry with a little bit of spice. Is actually quite good. So.
Something funny is, never had spicy food until I was in my 20s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it just wasn't around here, right?
Mhm.
And once I was in the service, and
You tried it? You're like, ooh, this is good. I like that.
well, there was MREs. If you got the little Tabasco bottle, you always wanted that to hide all the taste.
So, Jay, most of areas of our company have done a lot of work for the integration, including purchasing. A lot of what your team does depends on the ERP system. So, can you tell us how the purchasing team has been dealing with working in 3 ERP systems, and how has the team handled not having the ERP being fully integrated yet?
It is a challenge. Most of the challenge is just with backup, though, because remember, in the purchasing, we had members that have worked in each of the ERP systems. So we still have that advantage, right? And where it makes it difficult for us is just more backup, right? And understanding. So it's a challenge, but we have cross-trained. We have somebody, at least 2 people in each system that are trained in that system, right? So we formed what we call the buddy team, the buddy system. And so just a member from each historical entity is married up with a buddy that operates another ERP system, and they're cross-training. It's
Right.
not just people cross-training into P21. People that currently are in P21 are cross-training into Gartman or Eclipse as well.
Okay. Awesome. So our next wing is a zesty lemon pepper. Typically would go really well on seafood, but as you're probably going to find out, it goes great on this as well. How you feeling? Spice? Feeling anything yet? Nope.
Nope, not really.
Pretty flavorful.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
It's just not burning.
Mhm.
I mean, you can tell there's some spice in there and everything, but
Right.
I'll let you know when it's real.
That's when you're going to see us.
Yeah,
Go
be
to blue
ready.
cheese.
Be ready to cut.
As you're mentioning kind of the buddy structure and how you're incorporating working through this ERP system, integration, and kind of being in different areas. Can you talk about the current purchasing team structure? I know we switched from a buy brand mentality to more of a business approach.
Yeah.
How are you fitting all the different parts together?
Yeah, I mean, it's similar to what you're doing in finance, right? I mean, in finance, when you look at our business, you form a line of business, and that's how you're going to budget,
Mhm.
right? And we're doing the same in purchasing, and they're almost exactly mirrored. There might be a little bit different, but you have your flooring, so we'll have a flooring team,
Mhm.
buyers that just buy flooring. You're going to have your supplies, and some will call them supplies are basically the sundries and the carpet pad, right?
Right.
And tools. We're going to separate out tools too. So you're going to have the supplies, the tools, the flooring, and we're going to have certain people assigned to each of those categories.
Okay.
Those are led by Pam Dundas, will lead the supplies and the carpet pad, and Alex Bovey will lead the flooring and the tools.
Okay.
So,
Awesome.
yeah, and then each person will be assigned to one of those. From there, they'll be assigned to a vendor, for say Mapei or Schluter, Ropey, whatever it is. One buyer will be the direct contact, and they'll have a secondary backup assigned to it as well.
Awesome. Good to hear. Yeah. Our next wing is a Chico Ghost. It's kind of like a spicy mole wing in a sauce. So whenever you're ready, we can jump in.
Like that one.
I
It's
like
almost got a barbecue taste to it.
Yeah, kind of. It's got like that chocolate,
Mhm.
cocoa. Let's talk about products and inventory. Can you talk about our stocking and replenishment plans and how much inventory do we plan on keeping on the shelf?
Well, first you got to understand, we really haven't changed our process since the integration, right? We know we do have some inventory issues, and we're going through it, but more of those issues are around maintenance of the system and reconciliation. We know that our resources, our human resources, have been they haven't been evenly allocated by the product. So we're in the process of doing that. Some of the stuff you'll see is we've already moved Lucy Ochoa from like flooring. She's now doing ropey, so we can concentrate on that. But what we haven't did yet is get into the basic of how we're going to calculate the inventory.
Right.
And basically, all the inventory is going to be based on usage, right? It calculates our average monthly usage, breaks it down into the day, and then adds the lead time days, the review cycle days, and the safety stock days, multiplies it by that, and that's how many days on hand your reorder point is, right?
Right.
So when it calculates that quantity, every time it drops below, we'll reorder to replenish. Now, what we got to work on and do a better job is not all items are used the same. So if you have something that's very erratic, you're probably going to need to increase that safety stock day, right?
Right.
I mean, even within vendors, it's not as easy as saying this vendor is a 7-day lead time, and so we should set all the attributes for that product the same. No, if it's erratic and we might only have the demand one time a month, but it's for 2 months, then we got to adjust that safety stock. And that's where the teamwork comes in, because all the buyers can't always look at 65,000 SKUs, right? Because when we have 65,000 SKUs, plus you have 59 sites.
Do the math.
Yeah.
You can't do it all. So we will need help from the stores, and what we will be doing eventually is we're going to do what we call the SIOP process. It's Sales, Inventory, and Operations Planning. And it's a meeting, but we'll be looking at all of this with the individual stores, and we'll take their input. Since I've started 1 year ago, I have not declined one store from getting a special exception to increase their inventory. Now, what might happen is over time, that special exemption might expire, and then they have to call again.
Yeah.
But we have to do that, otherwise inventory will get out of control, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
if you do have an inventory problem, call your buyer, call one of my managers, we'll get you taken care of.
So, Jerry, our next wing is called Los Calientes Rojo. Some sweet apricot with habaneros and a hint of cumin.
Is that this one right here?
Yeah. So it'll be number 5.
That doesn't seem as hot as the last one, does it?
I think it's kind of like a
Oh yeah, it is.
slow ramp, right? It's
Quite
quite good though.
good with the blue cheese.
So, do you like spending time outside, and you're really big into boating? So my question to you is, what type of boat person are you? Fishing, pontoon, sport, and do you have like a favorite lake here in Minnesota?
I just recently bought my boat in the last couple of years.
Ooh, congratulations!
So I got a new Tahoe Cascade, it's called. It's a tri-tune.
Nice.
And according to my wife, I put way too big an engine on it. I've never heard anyone say, "Oh, I think I got too big an
I
engine."
got too much power back here.
But no, we mostly just cruise, and
Yeah.
you know, I'll take people fishing if they want to fish. I'm not a big fisher person.
Right.
I can take them skiing if they want, but most of the time it's just me and my wife cruising, maybe enjoying a couple cold beverages, read a book, you know,
Enjoying what the
anchor it and jump into the lake.
Yep.
There's so many lakes in Minnesota, not really a favorite, except for the one that's 15 minutes from my house. So I do pull it over to Coon Lake, that's up
Okay.
in Anoka County.
Yeah.
I like Leech Lake, way up north by Walker, Minnesota. That's kind of nice. But no, that's why I don't have a cabin, so I pull it around to whatever
Okay.
lake I want, and we get to enjoy a bunch of them.
So, Jerry, our next wing is called Mako Snake. It is an Indian-inspired spice. We'll see a kind of a ramp up here, typically.
Almost a cinnamon flavor.
So I think an exciting question for you, Jerry, and correct me if I'm wrong, is, but can you tell us a little bit about Agencia and Fastenal, and who are they and how are we using them?
Agencia is basically a travel app per se. We'll be using it to schedule our air travel, our car rental, our hotels. Right? It's like what's that one website?
Expedia?
Matter of fact, Expedia used to own Agencia.
Okay. All
Okay,
right.
they don't any longer. But we're going to implement it. The good thing about it is, and one of the nice criteria for choosing it is if you have airline points or hotel points, you can log that number in. You still get full credit for
awesome.
whether it's a car or a hotel. So that's nice. Plus, Agencia will recommend hotels. So if you put in the address where you want, it'll look at hotels. It'll give you the average 10 cost, and you get to choose. So if you're a Marriott or a Hilton, you can still do that, right?
Right.
But we will get a report that gets sent back that says, okay, your employee booked this hotel, and it might fall outside the average. We're fine with that. It's not going to stop you, but we're going to ask just so we can push people to some of the hotels that we have negotiated lower rates with.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
Fastenal. Fastenal is it's going to be used for our warehouse and office supplies. So you have a one-stop shop. Every location will be able to just go online and order what they need from Fastenal.
Awesome.
Part of the advantage of both of them is we'll get better data. So if
Right.
we know what we're going to use and we know the volume we're going to have, we're going to be able to negotiate better rates and reduce our expenses, right? So that's the real key point.
Awesome. So, Jerry, before we go to our next swing, how you doing? How you feeling with spice? Kind of ramped up a little bit there. I don't know.
Yep, I can feel it in my lips, but
I feel a little bit.
Follow ahead.
Feel the heat come in. Nice
feel the heat.
room.
No, never have to leave the room. I hope. I don't know. Until we get to the big one.
Awesome. Well, the next one is a jalapeno chico, kind of a smoked jalapeno flavor. It's from a Hawaiian company called Adobo Loco. So,
Definitely can catch a smoke right away.
mhm.
That one doesn't go good with blue cheese.
Noted.
No.
Noted.
No
I
blue
will not put
cheese.
blue cheese on that one either.
No blue cheese on Adobo Loco.
So, Jerry, another question we've heard is on out of stock inventory, especially trends. Can you talk about the reasons for out of stock products and what improvement measures are we taking?
Trims are an issue, but they're two different issues, and I think we need to do a much better job of maintenance, right? If I look in the system and we're going through it, we got SOs that are sitting out there that have been 6 months, they've been sitting there. So people got to understand, if you put an SO in the system and it's sitting there 6 months, that's dead inventory that we're sitting there 6 months, and it affects our safety stocks and all that, right? So we're going through a process to clean that up. And some SOs might have to sit out there, but we just want to verify they should be out there. The other maintenance that we're working on to help it is PO maintenance, right? People don't understand, we order 10, we get 9. Some of these products are very erratic and low use. If we didn't close out that one remaining one and we're not getting it from the vendor, that can cause a back order. So we're going through to keep the PO maintenance cleaned up, right? Another big issue that we have is transfers. Okay, we see a need, we order a PO into a site, they don't want to wait the 3 days, so they transfer from another site, and now one site has extra, one site is going to be short. Okay, so those are what we're working on. Trims is kind of a unique thing. That goes back to where I was talking about earlier. They're very erratic. You got a lot of SKUs, the usage, you might use your whole month usage in one time, right?
Right.
So those are the ones that we're going to have to go back once we're all on one system. And the reason I say that is everybody's stretched thin. When we're on one system, we're going to have more efficiencies, which is going to free up some time within purchasing to do more of these projects. But what we need to do is go back, analyze, and code parts, A, B, C. So when you have these low BC users, we need to understand that pattern and not be afraid to bring in 6 months worth of that product so you can take away those big spikes and not going back on.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not a simple answer, but I think as we work through this, there's 4 or 5 things that we're working on to help eliminate some of it. And also the SIOP, those discussions, working with the branch managers, because I can do all the analytics I want.
Right.
They probably still are going to give me more information, and we're going to have to adjust our inventory to some of that feedback. We don't have that right now. It's very hard to do that with 51 sites, right?
Right.
Okay, so if I have one person that all they do is talk to the sites, they have to talk to 2 sites a day, okay, and go through all their items. Pretty difficult task.
A lot to do.
So we got to, we just got to trim the information down and deal with buckets. And I think A items, yep, they should come in every week. So you know if you're out, it's going to be in the next week. B items, we should only be ordering once a month. So you know if it's a B item, you're going to get a whole month worth of inventory at a time. And if we happen to fall below that, we'll order more often. But we don't have to worry about it. If you have an issue, call me direct, right? Every email I have, my cell phone's right on there that I answer, 24 hours a day. So if you have a problem and it's not communicated to me, it's on you. I'm there and I will answer you. We also had an email called Crown Purchasing, which is going to change, so we can't use it anymore. But we'll have a generic email that you can send your request, and it goes to the purchasing management team, so everybody's looking at it. And the requirements I have with all my purchasers, you get 2 hours to respond. Okay? You might not have the answer in 2 hours, but they should respond. I might need a day to get back to you, but that still, you should get some kind of response within 2 hours.
Absolutely. That's great to hear. Yeah.
So,
Jerry, this next one is the bomb evolution. It takes kind of a step up here. So,
be ready.
Yeah, I would recommend so. If you're okay with spice, though, you know.
I don't know.
Cheers.
Cheers.
You can get some sense of peppers and natural peppers, but
No, I know, but it's. I don't like heat for the sake of heat. I want some
Right.
flavor with it,
Yeah.
right? I don't want to have no flavor.
does it have any heat?
Can't you see my eyes watering? I'd say some other stuff, but we're on camera.
It's very cool. Very cool ranch Doritos.
Can you see me sweating now?
A little bit. It might be the lights, but you know.
Yeah, that one's definitely chemically enhanced to open up your.
Let's open up the pores. That.
Yeah,
So,
that one's hot. Oh,
so Jerry, we hear you like to play golf. Kind of a multiple part question. How long have you been playing? What's your favorite course? And have you ever made a hole in one?
I've been playing since college, so since 1980. My favorite course, I don't really have a favorite course. I'm not good enough to have a favorite course. My favorite course is whichever one has nice, true greens, right?
Okay, yeah.
Where your ball don't bounce. I've actually had 2 hole-in-ones.
Awesome.
Yeah,
It's a lot of beer to buy.
it broke me. I was in the service down in Fort Bragg, a course down there, and I hit back-to-back days. So I got the hole-in-one.
That's crazy.
It cost me like $700 in drinks. Keep in mind, I was only making like $325 a month there.
Yeah.
I had to go in there and make payments for the next 6 months, right? Yeah.
It's true. So Jerry, how you doing?
It's getting hot. You know, it's more when the saliva builds up and you swallow it, it burns more than the actual burn, right?
Yep. More of a kind of a consistent
Oh yeah.
overbearing heat.
Eyes are watering. Just don't wipe your hands on your eyes.
Yeah, careful around the eyes.
You know?
Yep. This is a watermelon ghost. I think after the bomb that typically these ones just kind of all morph into one, but the flavor on this one's nice. So
It's hot.
it's hot. Cheers.
Here, start with some. Kind of like it.
No, not a fan. Or are you a fan? Sorry.
I like it much better than the other one.
Jerry, you like fixer-upper projects, is that correct?
Yeah. I never really get there, but yes, I like that.
Can you tell us about some fun fixer-upper projects you've worked on in the past, or any future projects you like to have planned?
Well, what I'm working on currently right now, my son's very first house. So my eldest
Really?
son bought his first house in Fridley. It's definitely a fixer-upper. Let's see. We had to scrape the ceilings, all the popcorn stuff off the ceiling, so we redid that. We kind of patched all the walls, sanded the wood, stripped the wood floors and sanded them. And that's what we're in the middle of now, so that was a challenge. And next, you know what, I'm going to use our Schluter products and see if I can redo his bathroom for him. But,
Buy Schluter from all surfaces.
all surfaces, Schluter, strategic partner.
So Jerry, the last one is called The Last Dab Apollo, and typically, with these type of challenges, they always add a little bit to the last swing, and you don't have to if you don't want to, but
I don't know. I'd add that one, not that one.
I'm gonna go for the schmear route this time.
I'll join ya
There you go.
just to see.
So Jerry, with his last swing, he made it. He completed all 10 hot sauces. Spice coursing through your veins, fire going through your mouth. I'll give you the floor for a last word. Anything you'd like to talk about? Anything you'd like to mention? Something you're excited for? The floor is all yours.
I'm excited for all surfaces, right? It's I don't pay a lot of attention to the branding because I'm a buyer. I just want to make sure we get products. But I am excited as we continue through the integration and become one team, right? That's the kind of stuff that excites me. I also, it does get stressful, right? And as you're going to go through this, it gets stressful. That's why I like that you guys did the Hot Wing Challenge. Because as you go through the stress, it's good to remember to have fun too, right? Every meeting I have with my greater team, I try to stress, have fun, enjoy life, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's why I like working here. Because so far, when I first met John DeYoung, right away him and I were having fun, right? We were bantering, whatever it might be, but we're also serious about getting our work done. So,
Yeah.
you know, all I say is keep pushing forward, have fun. When you see an issue, don't complain about it, raise it up, let's get it fixed.
So, Jerry, thank you for joining me in the hot seat today. Made it through all 10 sauces. How's the flavor on this last one? A little better than the bomb?
It's better than the bomb, but still not good as the watermelon one.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching Hot Seat. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to the What If email. Please feel free to reach out to us via the What If email. Thanks, and I hope everybody has a great day. Appreciate it. See you next time.
Perfect.